2021 season, Week 7, the Monday night game was Saints-Seahawks. So coming out of the 2-minute warning, the Saints kick a field goal to go up 3 late, and the Seahawks have a chance to tie or win at the end. But you have Geno Smith. So on 3rd and 18, you take this 10-yard sack, you call your final timeout, and you have to draw up a 4th and 28 play. You have a few options on 4th and 28. What's one of them? One of them is that you could run your Eagles-Green Bay 4th and 26 play, but you don't have Donovan McNabb, you have Geno Smith, so that's probably not going to happen. Your second option could be to draw up your Ravens versus Chargers 4th and 29 play, and I know what you're thinking. As good as Geno Smith is at dumping it to running backs right at the line of scrimmage, I feel like the Saints probably would have covered this. So what are your other options? I have a very interesting option that the Seahawks didn't go with. So let's look at the way Pete Carroll tried to win this game. He wanted to pick up the 4th and 28, which means there's 2 ways you could win. Pick up the 4th and 28, then get into field goal range, kick the field goal, and then win in overtime. Or you could pick up the 4th and 28 and then score a touchdown for the win. My way, which is definitely more creative, is take a safety on purpose to go down 5, recover an onside kick, and then you'd be down 5, you would need a touchdown for the win. So I tried thinking of probabilities to plug in to each of these numbers, the first of which was 4th and 28. Difficult to come up with, very little data on something like this. It's not 0, although it can be very close to that. At first, I actually tried plugging in a number as high as 2%, and then later actually 3%. When you do that, because the other numbers aren't as tough to come by, we see long field goals, we have overtime games, we have onside kicks. The probabilities of everything that I've left in blue so far wasn't as tough to think of. If we plug in 2 or 3% for the 4th and 28 conversion, then actually both ways come out very similarly. The Pete Carroll way and my way with the safety both come out to about 1/3 of 1%, which is winning like 1 out of 300 times. But the thing I was thinking about during the commercial between Geno Smith taking the sack on 3rd down and the Seahawks running this 4th down play was that let's think about first after the conversion, either after the 4th and 28 or after the onside kick recovery. The Pete Carroll way, you still need 3 things to happen, none of which on its own is that difficult, but it is 3 things: get into range, make the kick, win in overtime. My way, it is more difficult to score a touchdown, but it's only one thing. And both ways, you're going to be starting at about the same spot on the field. The 4th and 28 has to get to at least the 35. The onside kick recovery has to get you to at least the 30. So I was thinking if those are similar, then it comes down to which is more likely. Pick up 4th and 28 or recover an onside kick. And I was thinking definitely recover an onside kick. That's probably somewhere near 10%. When I was thinking the 4th and 28 was probably closer to like 1 or 2%. So that's why I came up with this. And if you think the 4th and 28 is like really, really low, like not literally 0, but close to 0, then what happens with the math on the left-hand side is you're just multiplying probabilities, one of which is 0, so the whole thing comes out to 0. And then it would be the difference between like the Pete Carroll way being 0% to win and my way, although small, being like 1% to win maybe. So whichever way is worse, it's not significantly worse. It's not a severe mistake to be picking the worse of these 2 options. You're probably going to lose either way, but this was just something creative I thought of. No one in the broadcast mentioned it. No one I was watching the game with mentioned it either. So I just wanted to say this was a creative way that I think, although we'll never know with the math, I think would have gotten you a win slightly more often. And what's funny is during the 4th and 28, Smith almost gets sacked in the end zone anyway. So they almost took it without trying and got to the onside kick. And I was wondering if someone on the sideline when he was scrambling in the end zone thought, oh, maybe we should have done this on purpose.